So now let me jump in secondly to the power of accountability. This is so powerful, and most of us have no accountability in our lives. And that's why you fail at your diet, your workout plan, building a business, and anything else that's going to make your life great, because no one's watching you. And all of your friends and family, they let you off the hook when you decide not to do something. Oh, you got sick? Oh, that's okay. Oh, your grandma died? That's why you stopped doing your business? That's okay. Oh, you had a baby? That's why you stopped your diet? That's okay. I'm here to tell you, none of that's okay. Once you have a goal in mind and you set that goal, you complete it no matter what. That's the way it works in my academy. That's the way it works in my life. The rest are just excuses. The rest is just your monkey brain playing games with you. And don't get it twisted. Your brain is better at tricking you than anyone on this planet. And you will constantly lie to yourself over and over again to make you lead this quiet life of desperation, to make you play small, which I'm guessing is where you're at right now. You've got to fight through that and resist it every single day if you want to get to the next level. And one of the best ways I do it is with accountability. Now, what is accountability? Accountability is simply this, and I've thought a lot about this. Accountability is having some other human that you care about watching you to see if you do something. That's what it is. Now, since we all used to be parts of tribes and monkey clans, we actually care what other people think of us. Because if we didn't in the past, we would be expelled from the clan, we would starve, not reproduce, and die. So we are social animals, and we are built to care about what other people think, because back in the day, it would give us better privileges when it comes to eating, better social privileges, better reproduction privileges. So that's a good thing. Now, for right now, most of your peer group is letting you off the hook, or it's causing you to play small by discouraging you when you want to do great things. Type a comment right now if any of you have ever had someone discourage you from being something great. I want to start a business. Oh, why would you want to do that? Most of them fail. I want to do a TED Talk. You on stage? That doesn't seem like your thing. I want to lose weight. Why? Why don't you eat this donut? Right? How many times have you heard those things? Because most of your peer group is going to encourage you to play small. I'm talking about finding someone to hold you accountable. And that's exactly what I do in my life with the mentors I have in my life when it comes to John Joseph when I'm doing an Ironman race in 2018, or Dan Pena when it comes to building my business, or a myriad of other people are constantly watching me saying, Brian, you can do better than this. And so I took that concept and we use this in every single one of my Academy Accelerator courses. For 8 weeks, you are held accountable. We have a document that holds you accountable for every single assignment, and everyone can see what everyone else is doing. So you can see who's slacking and who is showing up, and every week you are confronted, why aren't you doing this? And all of the usual excuses don't work. So if you want to be successful in 2020, you need to find someone to hold you accountable, and you need to find a person that's not going to accept your excuses. Because like I said, your brain is going to come up with some great ones. These are the ones I've heard in the past. I just got a new job. I can't do the coursework now. I just got fired. I can't do the coursework right now. Those don't make sense. I just got married. I can't do the coursework right now. I just got divorced. I can't do the coursework right now. Again, that doesn't make any sense to me. They're all wrong answers. Of course you can do it. You need to make this happen so you can have the future you desire. And so it's about finding someone to hold you accountable that you're not going to be able to walk back on. And that is priceless in this world. You can spend $100,000 on a course, but if no one's there to hold you accountable, it's going to be worth exactly this. Or you could spend less, but if someone gets you to actually do the work, you could have a breakthrough that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in building a business or something else. So whatever you do, find an accountability source. Ideally, it's a mentor that you have seen do what you want to do, that you respect their opinion, who won't put up with your BS. All right, I'm very good at that. But there are other people out there as well. Find someone to hold you accountable if you want results in 2020. If you don't do this, you will not be successful. I will say that 99% of the time, none of you will be successful if you're not held accountable. It's the natural human condition, and the default of everyone around us is to pull you down. Like I said, everyone in your office, all of your friends and family, everyone on social media wants you to play small, because when you start doing great things, they get uncomfortable. They get weird. They actually kind of want to pull you back down. We've all heard about the crabs in the bucket trying to pull the crabs back in. And it's not because they don't love you. They do love you. But it's a human instinct because they don't want to lose you. All right? So that's a really powerful message. I'm loving the comments, by the way. If you're coming in late, tell me, how do you want to transform in 2020? Tell me, what do you need to resist to create that transformation? And finally, I want you to tell me, who will hold you accountable in 2020 to get where you want to go? Give me a name. And while you're doing that, I want you to watch a video of one of my students. This is Natalia. She is an incredible woman. She's one of my Business Accelerator students. She lived in Paris. She's now created some high-performance teaching courses, and she's going to talk about overcoming some of the resistance that she had to post daily vlogs, which I demanded from her and held her accountable to do. So here's Natalia.
I was crying and laughing at the same time because of my classmates I love my classmates. You have to live it to really understand it, because it's so demanding, but it's so fun at the same time. All this accountability part, I loved it. Like when you have this big goal and then you like break it down into little steps, it is possible. So I said, wow, I can do this. Like having people from every corner, it was like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing all these people here in London right now. It was great.
Yeah, you got a great group.
They are a family. We became a family. Like the team manager, the team leaders were great. The community managers were great. Doing all I did like in 8 weeks, I thought I was not going to do it. I'm not capable of doing this, of doing this, and I did. I'm connected to myself now. I'm taking care of myself. I am my priority now. Get out of your comfort zone, because you're gonna have all these challenges, because there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of obstacles, but you're gonna have a community.
And there you go. It's all about accountability. Natalia knows that, and every one of my students knows that if you're held accountable, you're going to do some great things. And if you're not, I assert you won't get anything done. So find someone to hold you accountable. Again, put it in the chat and tell me, who is someone that will hold you accountable in 2020. Again, that person is literally priceless. The mentors I've had in my life have taken me from like 0 to 100. If without them, I'd be on 2 or 3 right now. I can't stress that enough. Some great comments coming in here. I really appreciate the honesty. People have a lot of resistance out there, and I feel you, and I know that's true because I deal with hundreds of students on a daily basis. You know, we've got people being really honest here. I've got Alessandro saying that people have told him lots of times he can't do it, and he wants to prove them wrong. I love it. Hawkins says, my uncle laughed when I told him I'm going to be a millionaire and start a business. He's a professor and skeptical. Hawkins, that's a perfect example. Most of the world out there, when you say millionaire, they think you're out of your mind. But he is in a very fixed mindset, right? For him, he's a professor. He's going to get a salary till the day he dies. And I'm sure he loves you, but for him, the natural reaction is to kill your beautiful dreams and kill your ideas. And you need to get rid of those people, resist that in your life, and find a way to get yourself around people that are being successful. So I really appreciate that. Erica says, what can we do if our own family makes us feel bad saying that we're not going to succeed? You want the honest answer, Erica? Get rid of them. Now you're going to be like, oh, Brian, I can't. I got to keep talking to my mom. It's like, look, do you want to be successful, or do you want to please the people around you? Now, quite honestly, there was a point in my life where I had to get rid of my mom in my life for about 5 years. She was bringing a lot of negative energy into my life. And I tell this story inside my Life Accelerator course. The good news is that once she got that message, she actually stopped doing the same thing to all of my siblings. And they were like, Brian, something's changed with mom. Like, she actually lets me live my life now. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably because I'm not talking to her anymore. And 5 years later, we reconciled, and now I have a beautiful new relationship with my mom. And later she thanked me and said, Brian, if you hadn't have done that, I would still be meddling in everyone's life, and that's not good for me or for them. So sometimes you have to take a stand. And I have to ask you, how important is it for you to become the best version of yourself? If it's important, you've got to cut out the negative energy in your life, and you've got to add positive energy through mentors, accountability programs, game plans.
We're in a dark age. We've lost our compass. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we want to go. What is to be done?
It's going to take some consciousness change to get us out of the box we're in.
La maldición de ayahuasca, nosotros podemos conectar con esa persona y le da cuenta dónde está la raíz del problema de él. Pues ahí se trabaja.
Sometimes I feel anxious and unappreciative of the things I have.
There's no such thing as work-life balance. There are work-life choices, and you make them and they have consequences.
What we don't understand about psychedelics is a very thick book. They can help you orient yourself morally, but look the hell out.
You don't always get what you want with ayahuasca, but you always get what you need. The diseases of individual are the diseases of the world. Our culture, soul, is severely wounded.
Humanitarian crisis growing by the day.
Global warming is the greatest fraud that's been perpetrated on mankind this century.
When you take these lessons in, it's kind of a process to make sure that it comes into yourself. Some of the hardest work is when you go home. Integration means bringing things into the whole person.
Maybe we should be considering that the depth of human experience is more than just material things and technology and our egos.
We all get stuck in a mold. That's what can happen with ayahuasca. You get that mold, and she fucking smashes it on the floor. Now, what are you gonna do? Now who are you?
Heavens are collapsing. This is the time to change. If you want to raise human consciousness, there has never been a better time.
La ayahuasca nos fortalece nuestra mente, nos abre nuestra creatividad, nuestro amor, nos conecta uno a uno mismo.
Treno ayahuasca supai kuna chamuriri mushamu. Siji siji majiji poshamuriri.